Hey you guys, this is Reggie, aka the Reginator, and I want to talk about the bomber again. I just saw the interview with the family lawyer on CNN, and he had some really interesting things to say. I just want to remind you guys, if you guys want to support this channel, just subscribe below and click the little notification bell so that you can get my videos. But I want to talk about this. What the family lawyer said, and he gave some interesting perspectives and insights into this guy's mind. One, he had multiple personality disorder. It seems like, in my assessment, the lawyer said that he would cling to identities, and he would try to. He had an ongoing quest to find identities and find himself, and he would take up false identities onto himself, like his claim to be Native American when really he wasn't Native American at all. He's actually Filipino or half Filipino. His dad's Filipino. And also, interesting fact that he said was that his father walked out on his life when he was really, really young, which I'm sure, with anybody who's had that happen to them, is a very traumatic event in anybody's life, to have their father walk out on them like that. And another thing that the family said was that he had no political affiliations before this. He never voted. First time apparently that he registered to vote was 2016. And that the family lawyer and the mother said and his mother, the man suspect's mother, said that he never really had an interest in politics. And the only thing he was ever really interested in was bodybuilding and night clubbing. And the family lawyer also said that he seemed like a very low IQ guy. Like, it took a while for him to understand things. And he didn't have the intellectual sophistication he feels like to pull something like this, to even make bombs, even to begin the process of making bombs and mailing it out to other people. He said multiple times on CNN that he was actually kind of not a very smart guy, very low IQ. He had the mind of a teenager in an adult body. And it seemed like all his concerns was getting in shape and looking younger for girls. That doesn't strike me as a person who would pull a bomb heist like this. This is a very, takes a lot of planning to do something like this. Not only that, but to get the materials of anything that would look like a bomb. So it doesn't seem like somebody like him would be able to pull this together, which is very suspicious and suspect in my opinion. I think anybody in the right mind would think the same thing also. And not only that, but he also said that he believes that, and this is him going off on his opinion at this point, that he probably looked at Trump as a person who was the guy who fought for the underdog. And that he probably attached his identity to Trump's crusade or cause because he felt like maybe Trump was a father figure. And to be honest, again, he stated that was his opinion. He doesn't know for sure. To me, I kind of find that suspect because, I know a lot of people who are party animals, and especially people with mindsets like that. The last thing in their mind is thinking about politics. Like, that's not the thing that goes on in their head. And the fact that he was never political before, and with the description of the lawyer, you kind of get a really good insight on the kind of person he was. I'm very thankful for that lawyer because he was very descriptive. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be so butthurt over politics. And he even said at the end of the interview that he believes he would not be surprised if there was other people behind this, or at least behind him. He doesn't believe that he said in his own words, said that he doesn't think he had the intellectual sophistication to put those bombs together. And frankly, by the way he's described the suspect, I don't think he does either. I think we're looking at another player here. Another player behind the scenes. And all those stickers on his vans and all that stuff, Again, even that comes into suspect because all those are like seem like brand new stickers. They don't seem 2 years old, or so it seems he seems like a pawn, the suspect. Again, he doesn't have the intellectual capacity to do this. So I'm thinking that he was maybe a plant or somebody who was used to make this happen, and used to bring about more political division between the parties and between people. I don't think it was a true conservative or Republican that did this, that was behind him. Just because, I mean, it's pretty obvious because, you know, there's nothing to gain as a smart Republican or somebody who's well balanced to gain because we are already ahead and Trump is already doing great things. So there's no point to try to animate this or cause animosity any further. So it seems obviously to me, I mean, even the lawyer said himself once again that this guy, I don't think he's the guy. I think he doesn't have, definitely doesn't have it in him to come up with something so elaborate as this. He's not a genius by any stretch of the means, and not even very smart. He's a mentally ill person, extremely mentally ill person, and I think he was being used by another player. So that's my thoughts on it. You can watch the CNN interview for yourself. It's very insightful. Watch it, and then it'll probably raise your suspicions about this whole situation even more, because this whole thing smells funny. The suspect smells funny. The guy being blamed for this is really suspicious that that they think that someone like him would be able to do that. I think he's being used. I personally think that he's being used. I personally think that somebody behind him is using him or used him as a scapegoat. I don't even think he's the guy that mailed it. Again, I don't think he has the intellectual capacity to mail all these different people and build a bomb. So I think somebody behind him is behind it and using somebody with a personality disorder to their advantage. Again, be informed. Watch the interview, and you'll be able to put all the pieces in your head together yourself with all that we know about the situation. Again, thanks you guys for listening. That's it for today. Subscribe to support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.